and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be doing a super exciting video, and it is an anti-haul video. I love watching these videos, and I've been wanting to do one of these for a long time, so I thought I would just go out and do it. I have so many beauty products and I own so much makeup, so I love watching these videos, not only to discourage me from, buying those products if I don't need them, but also to research more into new releases and products that come out to see what I really like in products. It's just really informational. Kimberly Clark is the first one who started these videos, and I love her videos. I'm subscribed to her. I've kind of watched her. I don't think I've been there since she first did an anti-haul video, but I've definitely been there since before the anti-haul trend sort of started, so I'm definitely really proud of her, so happy for her, and I love a lot of her other videos too, so I will have her channel linked down below so you can go and watch her videos and subscribe to her channel, because her channel is really awesome and really informational. So I just really, and I love her anti-hauls, of course. So alright, let's just get on to the anti-haul. I'm super excited, guys. So I moved over to the side here so I can put pictures of products over here, and also I will have my laptop up here for reference to look at pictures and stuff like that, just so I kind of know what I'm talking about here. But the first product or set of products we have here is this. And this is a new MAC collection that I think hasn't come out yet, but is coming out soon, and it is with the brand Chromat. Now, I actually have no idea what this brand is, or at least when I heard this collection was coming out, I had no idea what this brand was, but I did a little bit of research, and they're actually a fashion line, and they're a line for swimsuits, which is actually kind of interesting. So it's a fashion line for swimsuits, and a lot of their stuff is this blue color. So that's probably why MAC did this collection in this blue theme, because a lot of their swimsuits are blue. And actually the CEO of this company, or the founder of this company, was inspired by architecture. So that's why a lot of the things you see in this MAC collection are kind of different and artistical, especially in that I think it's an eyeshadow palette. It's kind of that theme because it's based off of architecture. Now, although I think that brand sounds really cool and I like what they're basing, their fashion off of, this collection just doesn't appeal to me at all, especially since there's a blue lipstick, a blue eyeliner, and just blue everything. I like the color blue, but I just feel like in my makeup it's just too bold for me. A lot of the stuff is too bold for me. Yes, there's like a red orange lipstick. I don't wear a red lipstick that much. Yes, I'm wearing one today, but I don't wear these colors that often, and that eyeshadow palette, those colors do not speak to me at all. This collection it just doesn't speak to me. The colors are too bold and just don't work for me and my preferences in makeup. So I'm definitely skipping out on this collection. Now, this next product I wasn't originally going to be including in this video, but I have been seeing on Instagram that I think either today or this product has been restocked. So I've been seeing it, a lot of it on Instagram, and Instagram I follow a lot is Trend Mood. Her Instagram is TrendMood1. I will link it down below because her Instagram is really great and informational for new releases as they come out, or even way before they come out. It's just really awesome. But anyways, this is what I'm talking about, and this is from Voss, and this is their Ride or Die eyeshadow palette. Now, personally, I haven't tried any Voss products. I just haven't. I tend to get a lot of my makeup either from Sephora or Ulta, and maybe a couple random online brands like ColourPop. But other than that, I don't have a lot of indie-ish brands that I buy from. Now, I've heard that their eyeshadows are amazing quality, so I'm not bashing the quality at all, but I mean, I don't know from personal experience, but this eyeshadow palette is just too much. First of all, I have tons and tons and tons of eyeshadow and eyeshadow palettes, so first of all, I don't need it for that. Second of all, it's $75, which is a ton of money. Now, I can see why it's $75 because there are a ton of eyeshadow colors included in this palette, but it's really expensive for me, especially for just kind of a, it's not a limited edition, super sought after palette. But I get where the price tag comes in because there are a ton of shades in here. And then the third thing, this is just super overwhelming. And I'm a makeup lover, so for someone who is new to makeup, this is really overwhelming, especially to come up with looks and things like that. I mean, I could see that you could come up with a ton of different looks with this palette, but it's overwhelming. There's yellows and oranges and reds, so those are colors I personally wouldn't use. So I feel like for most people, those are colors that you wouldn't use. And there's a lot of colors. There's a lot of yellow colors. There's a lot of orange colors. So I just feel like I wouldn't use those colors. So I feel like I wouldn't get as much use out of the palette that way. Now, I am sorry, but to be honest, that front packaging just, I don't really like it. I like the holographic, but as someone said about, I think Violet Voss is coming out with a new palette with a beauty blogger. They were talking about like the fonts they use. It just looks really weird. And then the leopard's just a little bit over the top for me. So not only are the colors over the top for me, but just the packaging's a little bit over the top. So I definitely would skip out on this palette. Now I would love to try their Holy Grail palette and possibly their Laura Lee palette if that's still in stock or if they still carry that. But this palette just doesn't appeal to me. The colors don't appeal to me. It's a little overwhelming for me personally. So I am going to be skipping out on buying this palette. All right, so the next item is another palette, and it is this. This is from BECCA, and this is the BECCA Chrissy Teagan palette. Now, I know who Chrissy Teagan is. I've heard of her before this palette came out. She's married to a famous musician named John Legend, who is really amazing, but she's also an amazing person herself. She's a model, but she's also known for just being really charismatic and funny, and I just really like her personality and everything. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of her, but I definitely think she seems like a really, really nice person. Now, but for the palette itself, I have some BECCA highlighters, and I really do think they're great quality, but I just feel like this palette the colors just don't seem to work for my skin tone, especially those two big they look like they're almost rose gold highlighters. Those just wouldn't work for me. And first of all, Kimberly Clark said this in her video, that those two big highlight colors almost look identical. So especially for a color that I probably wouldn't use for myself as a highlighter by itself, needing two colors like that, I don't need it. Now the blush does look really pretty, but it could look too pigmented on my skin. And then the bronzer, I'm super picky with bronzers because I have fair skin, so I just feel like the colors wouldn't work out for me. Now the packaging looks gorgeous. Like, it's a beautiful like pink color. It's super, sophisticated. I've seen it in person and it definitely looks really nice, but I just don't think I would use the products inside. And I'm not bashing BECCA because their quality of their products are great, and I'm not bashing Chrissy Teigen. I just wouldn't buy this palette. I just wouldn't use it that much. I don't need it. You're gonna hear me say that a lot in this video. I just don't need any more stuff, especially since I don't use highlighters that often. So I'm definitely passing on this one. Now this next product is another rose gold related item, and it is this. And this is from Huda Beauty, and this is their rose gold textured eyeshadow palette. Now, when this first launched, I actually was super interested in this eyeshadow palette. I feel like, especially, I love rose gold. I love rose gold jewelry, and I love rose gold makeup, for the most part, eyeshadows, just because I feel like a lot of other rose gold things don't really work on my skin tone, but I definitely love rose gold eyeshadows and eyeliners and stuff, but I especially love rose gold jewelry. I just think it's so gorgeous with my skin tone. And also that first row at the top there, that looked freaking gorgeous. Like, those like kind of high impact shimmer, almost pigment glitters just looked freaking gorgeous, and that's probably why I would have bought this palette, is for that row alone. Now, seeing reviews since it's come out, I've heard that first row, it really only works if you apply it with your finger or if you wet your brush. That's the only way it will work. It won't work when it's dry, which is really disappointing because in the pan, at least online, those colors look gorgeous. I've not seen it in person because it is pretty coveted and sold out a lot, but I just feel like if those top colors don't work, like, why would I buy this palette? Also, the rest of the colors just, they look really stark, and yeah, I could see me like doing a look with those colors. A lot of those colors look very similar to the Modern Renaissance palette, so I have that palette, so I really don't need this because a lot of the colors are very similar. And also, yes, there are some in-between colors, but just like I said before, a lot of the colors are really stark and dark and just probably wouldn't work with my skin tone and my personal preferences. Now, I've heard that those eyeshadows are really good quality, but I feel like I would buy this palette more for those unique textured shades in that first row, and since I've heard that doesn't work, like, what's the point in getting this palette? And also, I've heard that this packaging is just for $65. First of all, $65. That is a lot. Now, and this has, I think, 18 eyeshadows in it. Now, I've seen some palettes that have that many and are a little bit less money, so I feel like, first of all, that's expensive. And second, what I was going to say earlier, I've heard that the packaging is just like kind of cheap for $65. So for a few different reasons, I definitely wouldn't go out of my way to purchase this palette. I also have a ton of eyeshadow palettes, so do I need another eyeshadow palette? No way, Jose. Alright, so the next product is another palette, and it is right here. This is the Too Faced Glitter Bomb eyeshadow palette. Now, first of all, I think glitter's gorgeous. I don't own a lot of like straight up glitters for makeup, but I think they're really beautiful and I definitely would consider purchasing them. But I don't need 6 of them. I maybe need like 1 or 2 if I ever use it, but for the most part, I probably wouldn't use glitters. So the fact that I don't use a ton of straight up glitters shows that I really don't need this palette. And if I used glitters, I probably wouldn't use these shades. Now, the only colors that look really pretty are those kind of purpley colors, which are Hot Damn and Glitter Goals. Those look gorgeous, but I just feel like I wouldn't use the rest of this palette. I just feel like there's no point. I don't use glitter that often. Why would I get a whole glitter palette? And at first, I thought that the intensifying and brightening base had like absolutely no point, but I've seen some reviews and I've actually heard that those two are really great and work well with the glitters, so I'm not mad about that, and I think it's great that they included that in, but I just feel like I would want the glitters to work well on its own without intensifying or brightening bases, if you know what I mean. So I just feel like this palette, first of all, just doesn't appeal to me. I wouldn't use all of the colors, and I don't need it. I have, again, so many eyeshadow palettes. I don't need this palette either. So I am skipping out on this one as well. Alright, so this next product here is from Urban Decay, and this is the Shapeshifter palette. I'm calling it a palette. I'm not sure if it's technically considered a palette. I'm just going to call it a face palette for now. And so what this is, it comes in light and I think dark or something. It comes in 2 different shades, and they are basically cream and powder, contour, and cheek and highlight colors. So the colors actually look really nice. I wouldn't buy the dark, first of all. If I were to get these, it would be light, but it's in my anti-haul. So I probably am not going to buy this because, first of all, half the palette is creams. I don't like using cream or liquid products on my cheeks. I just don't. My skin's pretty oily, so I really don't need it, and I hate that I have to apply cream stuff before I powder my face. It's just kind of annoying, and I hate that I have to kind of work around my usual steps. Now, the powders actually look really nice. Like, the colors look like they would work really well for my skin tone, but I honestly probably have a bunch of those colors in my collection in some form. And then the cream colors just look really odd and look too pink. Like, I don't know if I'd want cream, I don't know if they're like cream concealers or cream highlighters. I wouldn't want them that pink, especially since I have a pink skin tone. I wouldn't want to emphasize the pink and redness in my skin. So yeah, I probably wouldn't use half this palette because it's cream. And I also just feel like the packaging's sort of weird. Like, there's a mirror in the middle, and I guess that's great because then you can cover the creams, but I just feel like the packaging's a little bit inconvenient. I bet it's great quality. I love Urban Decay. I especially love their eyeshadows. I love their eyeliners. Like, I really trust their brand. I also love their Naked foundation, and I'm also wearing one of their lipsticks today. So I really love the brand as a whole, but this just, it doesn't speak to me, and I don't think I would use it except for the powders. And the fact that I think it's $45, that I wouldn't use half of it, that just seems like a waste of money, and I wouldn't use all the products. Now, this next product is actually a product I was contemplating getting, but I've looked more and researched more into it, and I just don't think I would purchase it. It is this. It's from Kat Von D, and it is their Lolita eyeshadow and blush. Now, first of all, this product sold super quick on Sephora's website, and it's pretty hard to get now, I think, so I don't think I'd be able to get this anyways. And then next of all, I feel like this color, especially as a blush, just wouldn't work well for my skin tone. I just feel like it's a little bit too dark, so I feel like, I mean, it might work well for my skin tone, but it just, I don't know, the color's a little off for me in that regards. And then as an eyeshadow, I watched, what was her name? I forget the name of her channel, but she reviewed this product, and she liked it as an eyeshadow because she kind of likes those sort of, it's Biohazardous Beauty, that's her channel. She likes this product as an eyeshadow because she kind of likes that kind of zombie dead look. I feel like I wouldn't like it at all. I do see how it can make your eyes look really tired and kind of, you know, dead-like and zombie-like, and I don't think I would like that much, so I definitely would be skipping it out for that reason. And also, I've heard down the grapevine a little rumor that there might be a Lolita eyeshadow palette, and I definitely would be interested in getting that because, I mean, I love most eyeshadows for the most part. They're kind of my addiction in the makeup world is eyeshadows, but I just feel like I'd rather get that than just one product, if you know what I'm saying. Now, this is probably going to be in the palette if there is going to be a palette, but but I wouldn't buy this individually, especially since it's really hard to get, and I just feel like the color by itself would not work really well for my skin tone in a myriad of different ways, so I'm definitely skipping out on this one. All right, we've got a few more products left. Now this next one is definitely one that I won't be getting, and this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Radiance Drops. Now, I think Tarte, you know, has some great stuff in their line, but I just feel like this product wouldn't work for me. I have oily skin, so I'm not looking for more radiance on my skin. Now, I think this is a dropper formula. It's a formula that has a dropper applicator, so I think you can use this as like a primer before your foundation, but I think its main purpose is to mix in with foundations or moisturizers or really anything you want to give you more of a glow. Now, first, like I said, I don't need that. I already have a little bit of a natural glow. And then second, I've heard and seen some reviews, especially on Sephora.com, that it's sort of an oily texture and also has a ton of glitter in it. And I feel like if I wanted a radiance, I would want it to be, you know, not super oily and not super glittery. So I feel like the color just doesn't sound right, and yeah, I just feel like this just wouldn't work out for me. And also the container looks freaking huge, and I feel like I wouldn't use all of that either. So I'm definitely skipping out on this one, unfortunately. Now this product is on a little bit of a similar vein, and this is from Milk Cosmetics, and this is their glitter stick. Now this just came out, and I think this is only on their website. But first of all, I want to say that it's really awesome that half of the proceeds are going to the Center, which is an organization, and I think actually a location in New York City that helps the LGBT community. I think that's a really great cause, and I'm glad that Milk Makeup is doing that. I think that's a great cause, and I think a glitter product is kind of perfect for that. But other than that, I just feel like this product wouldn't work for me. From what I've seen in pictures and stuff, this just looks like a glitter bomb, and I also feel like if I wanted to apply it over my foundation as a highlighter, it would not apply really well over my foundation, and also it just would, I feel like the glitter would just go everywhere. Now, I feel like this product would work well for like your shoulders or like anything you wanted to show off, but again, I just feel like it would be too glittery and too unnatural for that kind of thing. And also from what I've seen about the Milk makeup sticks is that they're kind of oily, and I just feel like, I don't know, I would like to try some of their sticks, especially like the holographic and highlighter sticks, but I don't know, if the fact that it's just like a glitter and an oil just, in a stick form, I don't think that doesn't sound really appealing to me. I like the idea, and I mean, who doesn't really like glitter, but I just feel like it would get all over the place and it wouldn't apply well over my foundation and over my makeup. So unfortunately, I am passing on this one, but I really do appreciate that most of the proceeds are going to a great cause. And this is the last product in my first anti-haul. Now, I haven't heard a ton of people talk about this, but I thought I would mention it because I saw it on the Sephora website. Now, this is from the brand Laneige, I think is how you pronounce it, and this is their two-tone lipsticks. Now, both Laneige and Benefit has come out with products that are very similar, that are kind of two colors in one for your lips. Now, I just feel like, first of all, there's like a few different problems I could see with that. I feel like, you know, especially with the Benefit one, the tip or like the liner part of the lipstick I feel like could wear down a little bit faster. Like what if one color wears down faster than the other? There's like no point because you would just be left with one color. Second, I also feel like some of the colors, especially in this Laneige line, are so stark. Like there is a white and a red one, and I just feel like that color combination is really weird. I feel like I guess that would make it pink. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that's really a weird color combination, and especially since they're separate colors, like I just feel like that's really weird. And then also I feel like instead of doing this kind of technique, I'd rather have a separate lip liner that would match my lipstick color a little bit better and also make it a little bit more precise, because that's the other thing is I feel like with this and the Benefit one, yeah, they look like they would be precise on your lips, but I just feel like after a while of using it, you would lose that precision and it would just look even weirder, especially with the color combos, in particular with this Laneige line. And then there's like also an orange and a bright pink, like that just seems really weird to me. Also, another thing with this Laneige one in particular, the packaging looks really cheap to me. Like it looks like a kid's toy. I don't know if you can tell in the picture, but there's like a little thing that you slide up and down to make the lipstick come out, and that just seems really like kiddish to me. It just sounds like a toy. Like for $27, that just seems like really like cheap packaging. Now I haven't seen it in person or touched it or anything, so it could be, you know, really nice for all I know, but I just feel like it looks really, really cheap to me for some reason. And then the white packaging, I could just see getting messy or whatever. So for a multitude of reasons, I will not be purchasing these, and also the Benefit ones as well. I might as well include that one as well because they're very similar. I wouldn't be purchasing this because I just feel like they're not very functional for me and my beauty preferences. So that was my first anti-haul video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed filming it, so let me know if you guys would like to see more by either commenting down below or like this video if you enjoyed it. If you would like to see some more of my videos, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below, or also I'll have an end card right here with my face on it that you can click to and subscribe. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter, so go follow me on those social media sites. I will have those linked down below as well, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.